Hello, thank you for tuning in to my video. I hope my message will inspire you and will empower you to become unstoppable in your own life journey. I wanted to share some thoughts with you as I was probably, I could say, celebrating the 25th anniversary from my car accident, which I call my second birthday. So I'm only 25 years old. I live a new life after the tragic car accident, and it's been 25 years already. I cannot believe how fast time flies. I was 22 when I got into a crash, and it's hard to believe that I live longer after the car accident than before. Time flies, right? And as I was thinking about this car accident, and if you don't know my story very quickly, I will share that I lived in Vilnius, Lithuania, and on February 12th, my boyfriend and I were driving 100 miles an hour on an icy road down the hill in the downtown of Vilnius city. And at that speed, we hit the light pole. I always wanted to ask him, why did he drive at such crazy speed? Unfortunately, I was never able to do it because he was killed right on the spot. He was ejected out of the vehicle and died. And some parts of the vehicle severed both of my legs while I was in the car. And praise be to the Lord Jesus Christ, who brought me back to life. Even my heart has stopped even twice. I get to live. I get to live a beautiful, differently able life. I refuse to accept disabled. I did not want to accept this label, disabled or victim of a drunk driving. I decided to be victorious. I decided to live my life. If the Lord saved my life, that means He has a purpose. And as I was thinking about my destiny on that day, I want to share with you my thoughts. At that time, or I would say that first year and the second year, it seemed like my life was destroyed by the car accident, especially, of course, the first year. It seemed like that's it. My life was over. I was only 22 years old. It seemed like I'm about to begin my life. But by the car accident, everything was ruined because Vilnius city was not wheelchair accessible at the time, and I lived on a nine-floor house, and so I was not able to leave my house because it was not wheelchair accessible. So it seemed like I was left just to exist in my room among the four walls for the rest of my life. And it was really difficult to accept what had happened. It was really difficult to understand, Lord, why? Why did you allow this to end in such a cruel way? And when I was thinking about that time, if I had that kind of a belief, and quite a few people were telling me, well, probably that's your destiny. This is how you just have to accept it. This is how you will live. Implying that I just need to give in, to accept what it is, and what can you do? Losing your legs is not like cutting your finger. They're not coming back to you, which I actually believe different. And so At the time, it seemed like this is it, the end. I will never be happy. I will never experience the joy of life. I will never be able to do this. I will never be able to go there. I will never be able to do so many things. And that's really what I thought. It seemed like this is it. But I thank the Lord that He gave me the desire to live and inspiration and determination to restore my life. And so I said, I will do whatever it takes to become self-sufficient again. I will do whatever it takes to restore my life. And so I acted upon inspiration and I worked very, very hard. And with God's help, who gave me the strength, gave me inspiration, gave me new opportunities, brought people into my life who helped. With the Lord's help Almighty, I was able to do the impossible. My life was transformed 3 years after, or I would say probably 4 years after the car accident. I began living a dynamic, fulfilling life. When I was thinking about that day and what was going on in my mind and what people were saying, I think like, what if I would have accepted that belief that, well, this event or this person destroyed my future? This car accident ruined my life. I became disabled. I cannot live anymore as everybody else. And so that's it. What can you do? This is my destiny. And if I just received it, and that's it. And I would have done nothing to fight for my independence, to fight for my life, to restore my life, to build the future that I so strongly desired to live. Today, we rejoice about the life that I get to live. But I get to live because I chose to trust the Lord, because I chose to fight, because I chose not to give up when I really wanted to do it. I want to encourage you. If you have something going on in your life that seems like it's ruining your life, or if something had happened that destroyed your aspirations, destroyed your future, destroyed your career, destroyed whatever you were building, and it seems like that's it, you are done and your life is over, or your career is over, your happiness is over, don't believe that. Like when I look back, I see over and over and over again that it's not what happens to us what determines our future, but God's will for our life and our response, how we respond to everything that happens in our lives, what we do after whatever happens in our lives, how we respond, how we think, how we look at everything that happened, how we look at the future, how do we see the future. A lot depends on us, on our choices. It depends on our choice whether we will give in and give up or fight for your life. And so I want to encourage you not to receive this as the end of your happiness, as the end of your life. I encourage you to look from a different perspective. What if this part ended and now you are in the beginning of your new life journey that you ought to live, that you have ahead of you? This is not the end. This is only the beginning of a new journey. And what kind of journey it will be depends on you, how you will respond to what happened and what you will do with your life, what actions you will take, what choices you will make. You will direct your destiny by your own choices. God will give you grace. He will give you new opportunities. He will give you His mercy, His love, and choice, freedom of a choice, what you will choose. What will you choose? Your destiny might depend on it. So I want to encourage you. Today, I live a dynamic, beautiful, fulfilling life. It's meaningful. It's purposeful. I really love the life after the car accident. Even though at the time, the first year, even the second year, it was hopeless. I could not see the end of my struggles, the end of hopelessness, the end of desert. I could not see the end of it. But I had faith. You know, my situation was so hopeless that I had nothing left but to believe that God has the power to change my circumstances, that with God, all things are possible. And indeed, with efforts that I did, and they were hard efforts, don't get me wrong. I was not just sitting and praying and hoping things will change. I worked very hard. But then the Lord was the one who gave me inspiration and strength and opportunities and people who helped me. And my life was transformed. But if I had just received it as the end of my life, as that's the destiny, there's nothing I can do, my life is ruined, and did not do anything about my life, probably I would still be sitting in deep depression, thinking about my broken life. So I want to encourage you to never give in and never give up. Look to the Lord and walk with Him your life journey. And remember that it's not what happened, but what you will do and what is God's will determine your future. God bless you. May the Lord will lead you, guide you, and give you the ability to rise above everything that happened. Lift up your wings as eagles, rise above, and go wherever the Lord will direct you. Don't just sit and give up, because that's not what you were called. And just believe that the Lord allows certain circumstances for a reason, for a purpose. And the purpose you might see only much later. But for now, you need to pull yourself together and believe that there is a future ahead of you. And this is not the end. This is the beginning of a new, beautiful life journey. So God bless you, and I will see you again next time.